So we've talked about mindfulness and how it can impact your life. And so if it's this capacity to press play, or this capacity to simply be as opposed to constantly doing, how is it that you develop this capacity? And so one very powerful way of doing this is the practice of meditation. And so there may be a lot of things that you think about or images in your mind when you think of meditation, but just try to see it as a very simple practice at its core. It's really just a way of removing all of the distractions that you have and simply looking at the operations of the mind and just seeing what happens. And so this is really all you have, is this conscious experience of yours. So it's worthwhile to spend the time to investigate it and to just look at it without anything else to take you away from that. And so in the beginning, it can be really helpful to have an anchor to bring you back to the present when you do a meditation practice. And so often that will be the experience of the breath. It could be the experience of sensations in the body. And those are helpful because they're constantly in the present. And the breath is especially helpful because it's constantly moving. So if you can just sit and become aware of the sensations of the breath moving in and out of the nostrils, for example, that can be an anchor for you to continue to come back to experiencing just what's happening right now without it having to be any different than it is. And so that's something that's really helpful at the beginning, to use the breath or the body. But then also it's important to, as you develop in your practice, just sit and have your experience be whatever it is, and not have to focus on the breath, to just notice things and then not have to attempt to go into the doing mode to change them. And so through your practice, you'll become more and more aware and have a greater understanding of what all this means. Because again, it's hard to talk about this stuff conceptually. What you really need to do is have the experience. And so meditation practice is something that will help you return again and again to just being, without having to constantly do, and return you to the ability to press play in your life. So I encourage you to try all different types of meditation and to see what works for you.